So if I'm feeling a bit nervous and scared today, and my body's going to start manifesting that, I'm going to have more closed body language. I'm going to make less eye contact. I'm going to take up less space. But if I'm feeling like really, I'm all about it today, I'm tapped into my power, into my confidence, I will physically take up more space and have more open body language, be more exuberant and sharing with my energies and gestures. And what that means is that creates a shift in performance or how people perceive me, irrespective of any work that I've actually done. But we're making it playful, and we're creating some engagement and intimacy and connection with others because we're sharing something about their name that others do not know. So it's creating a point of connection. And we're being playful with it by bringing some gestures into it. And these things, so in your mind's eye, I want you to visualize two brains. The one brain on the left-hand side is a depressed brain. And in that brain, you see a brain which is mostly blue and gray matter. Doesn't look like there's too much activity there. On the right-hand side, you see a brain which is a normal brain. And in that brain, it's got yellow and orange and green and all sorts of things which are lighting up. So they're very distinct visuals of these two types of brains. Now, what is one thing that we know that's a difference between a depressed brain and a normal brain? One of them is depressed people generally feel less good and are unhappy and depressed and feel bad about themselves, typically. And a normal brain is going to have a reasonable level of different feel-good chemicals pumping through their system.
And sorry, to get into this, like the neuroscience of what you're talking about here, just a little bit more, just one step more complex, is that you're talking about specifically these kinds of brain scans called positron emission tomography, or PET. And so when you're looking at scans side by side, so you can.
If we think about the broad awareness of what these kind of connections or things are doing to our brain and to community in an era that we've just kind of coming out of, like COVID, how rather than necessarily going and getting those extra antidepressants, we're taking a dose of community and intimacy, and how that has got such a strong correlation with connectivity in society, but also people's mental health all around the world. So sometimes it can be hard for people to think about hard things, and that might be more of a stretch or a reach than just doing something kooky and weird with their body. But if you, again, shift and move your body in a different way than what you're used to, motion helps generate emotion. It shifts things like movement, motion generates emotion. The movement helps again, blood flow to the brain. How we think about new ideas will come when we're on a walk, and these unexpected moments when we're moving. And I'm a highly kinetic person, so this is something I need to do to help shift the energies, break into the kind of new elevated performance or new ways of thinking. And just by getting people to move or shift their bodies is an indirect, or I'd call it non-linear pathway to then actually connecting to their mind and a different way of thinking or seeing. So this little body to mind biohack, body to emotions, mind to the brain biohack, lovely little golden triangle there. So John, if you listeners imagine this. So John, if you put your hand on your diaphragm, put it there, and you feel, just push it in and out, use those diaphragmatic muscles, which you've sure been building in the gym or elsewhere. So just feel that like stomach coming in and out. Listeners, feel free to do this too. And what I want you to do on this next round is, rather than just push with your muscles, I want, as you push your breath out, you'll also feel that shift in your diaphragm. So I'll do it first, and I'll just go, ha! And if you'd like to go after me.
Ha!
Okay, great. So we're going to do that again. All right. Okay, so if we're ready, we'll do count of 3. In 3, in 2, in 1, ha!
Ha!
Okay, super. We're going to do that a second time, but this time with 2 ha-has. Again, just be guttural, get it out there, release the stresses of the day, of the morning. In 3, in 2, in 1, ha-ha!
Ha! Ha!
Super. And this last time, we're just going to do as many, so a really big, deep inhale, and we're just going to do as many ha-ha-has as kind of you can get out there. So again, 3, 2, 1.
It is impossible not to laugh after that.
So you can imagine, again, this is an amplification you can have in a group context, but if you do that in a circle with 20 people or more, then one person starts laughing, it creates this contagion that gets mirrored and reflected around the room. The whole room starts goddamn laughing, and you have totally just shifted the energy of like the joy of the spirit of people in the room and broken the ice on something.